Good morning. I'm getting up. I'm getting up. Morning. Yeah. Welcome to the vlog. Welcome to a day in the life. I don't know what's going to be happening today, but I do know that it's not going to be anything crazy. There's nothing exceptional going on. It's really just what's happening in a day. As you can see from my last video, I went to the Bruno Mars concert in Toronto, and those types of excursions obviously are few and far between. My channel name, The Daily Quiet Life, really sums up what I am doing on the daily. It is very quiet, and not to say that there's not a lot of work. So let's get started with the day. So I find that making my daily to-do list is really, really helpful after I have my cup of coffee. So these are some of the things that are on my to-do list. I have to call my ortho. I'm walking the dog. I have some cleaning to do. I might visit the Amish plant store. I try not to take videos when I go there, but maybe when I first get there. And then the garden mat. So I have this garden mat, and I'm going to put it out front where a tree recently came down, and I think it'll be just a nice little refresh. And some of my favorite lights, they're motion sensors, so I love them. But anyway, that's my to-do list for today. Starting off with making some breakfast. Also, representing my college where I met my husband, very small college in Ohio. Do we have anybody else who's gone to Hiram? There is a girl that I watch on YouTube named Tisha, and she's a New York City vlogger. I was so shocked to see that she also went to Hiram. So first things first, making some breakfast. I've also been trying to change all of my utensils from plastic to wood or bamboo. So that's what I'm doing. Here at the park, I'm just waiting for a friend who's going to join us. Hattie is here with me. She's very excited about going on a walk. So I will I'll show how pretty our park is. It's a really, really nice place. There's always a lot of people, a lot of workers around, just a nice safe place to walk, even if I come alone. So yeah, we're just gonna sit here and wait for my friend. I think the hardest part about, well, not the hardest, but the hard part about being alone now is that Chuck and I always went hiking, like a lot. And if I can't find a person to hike with, I'm not super comfortable hiking alone, even if I take the dog, which there's so many ticks right now that I don't take her into the woods as much as I have in the past, even though she does have her Lyme disease vaccine. So when I can get my friends to come with me, that's a perk for sure. So off we go. Okay, so yay, I'm working through my list. I did go for a walk, but I had a friend with me, so I wasn't filming anything. I came home. The other thing on my list was I needed to contact the ortho because I have some partial tears in my rotator cuff tendons. And so tomorrow morning I get to go to the orthopedic doctor. I was really surprised that they could get me in so fast. So that's great. Next thing on my list, which I forgot, I have a book waiting at the library, Remarkably Bright Creatures. I watched the movie last night on Netflix. I had put off watching it because it is about a widow, and I didn't know how I would react to that, but I cried most of the movie, but it was such a good movie, and I'm really glad I watched it. And I've had this book on hold for a while now, so I'm going to run up and get that book. And then I'm going to come home, and I have some work to do outside on my deck. I have to clean it off. I have to hose it down. So that is what I am doing now. All right, went to the library. I did not film. I was the only one in the whole library except the two librarians who are both former students of mine. So I did not want to videotape, but I'll show you what I got. My hold is Remarkably Bright Creatures. I really loved the movie. They say the book is better, so I have high hopes for that. I got a Friedrich Bachman book. I've never heard anyone talk about this book. Britt Marie was here. It's definitely, I don't think, one of his most famous or popular books, but it sounds interesting. It's about a socially awkward, fussy busybody, and she walks out on her cheating husband and has to fend for herself. I think that sounds pretty good. And then I have heard about this book, and it's been on my TBR for a long time. It's The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend. I first saw this book in a little library or a little bookshop in Clayton, New York, in the Thousand Islands, and it's been on my TBR ever since. So I'm hoping that this pile will get me back into reading again, maybe even doing my booktube channel again. So I have finished one book so far in June. My goal is right now like 2 or 3 books, so we'll see if I can do it. I'm just getting ready for lunch. I went out and I hosed off my deck, so staying pretty busy. One of the things I have been doing is puttering around by the pool, which I need to get the cover off. My daughter's coming over to help, but I did get some new seat cushion covers. So I have these and I have those, but I got these blue ones and they look really nice. So I'm going to put these on right now. There's something that's living under here because Hattie has done nothing but stare at this spot for hours today while I've been out here. She really hasn't moved. But I bring her in the house, and then when we come out, she goes right back to here. Huh? What's in there? What's in there? Well, went to the ortho today, and basically what happened is what I thought would happen. He just did some range of motion, showed me the tears on my rotator cuff tendons. He's like, it's not that big a deal. He's like, I think you have a neck impingement though, which is causing some of your pain. So wants to send me to a neck doctor, and he wanted me to have a cortisone shot, and I passed. I think that if I had gone to see him like 2 months ago, I would have said yes, give me the cortisone shot. But I have had one once before. They are horrible. At least my experience with the one that I had in my foot was horrible. So he's like, well, if you decide you want one, call this number, come see these people, they will give you a cortisone shot. So we'll see. I think he looked at me for like 5 minutes. I said, is there anything I should not be doing, you know? It's like, don't do anything that hurts. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I wasn't that impressed. So I'm pretty much just where I was before. He wants me to restart PT, and I will. So that is what is going on with my ortho appointment, and now I'm headed to Walmart. I need to pick up a couple of brooms, an outside broom and an inside broom, because they're broken. My last one bit the dust. I think I'm an aggressive sweeper, so I have to do that, and I have to get some kitty litter. Ooh. Home, and it was a very lazy afternoon, so lazy that there was no point in me even filming anything. I took a nap, I read Incredibly Bright Creatures, I worked outside in the yard a tiny bit, but it was really hot, and I don't know if you can hear it, but now it's raining. Some thunder in the background. So I'm just making my dinner. I'm having salad with tuna on it, and at 6 o'clock I have a grief group on Zoom from Widowed Village. It's a really, really good grief group because after introductions, they always have a speaker. And then when the speaker's done, people can talk about what the speaker talked about or whatever comes to mind. But I like that it's a little more structured. So that's like an hour and a half. So I am going to eat, and then I am going to log in. I have 20 minutes. So that is what I am up to right now. And if you are a person who has lost a spouse and you've never heard of it, if you go to either Widowed Village or Soaring Spirits online, there'll be links that you can follow. If I remember, I'll link the actual websites below. Oh, look what fell down in the night. This big tree branch. Luckily, there's nothing back here. It's my little walkway. Here comes Hattie. Oh, it was windy. I have a lot of hostas back here. This one came from a cutting from my grandmother's. And she had that in the 1970s. And so my mom gave me a cutting of it. I'd like to move it. This used to be very open. Up here in my office, I'm getting ready to do a little work. The job that I have is great because I pretty much can hop on anytime that I'm available to work, and I just log into a portal and I score tests. So it's the perfect retirement job because it works around Eddie's schedule. If I wanted to get up in the middle of the night and work, I could. But it's 7:30. I usually get up around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And it just hits different when you are retired. If I was getting up at 5:30, 6 o'clock to go to work, I remember just being like, oh, I just want 10 more minutes to sleep. And now when it's 5:30, 6 o'clock, I'm like, okay, yes, it's morning. I love morning. And it's just such a different feel to it when you're retired. There's no expectation. You can get up and have a leisurely morning, which is what I did. I walk the dog. Well, I don't walk her. I take her outside, and she just runs around the yard. And I feed the feral cats that are outside. I feed the animals on the inside. I sit down. I play my New York Times word puzzles. I clean up the kitchen a little bit if I haven't done it from the night before. And then I go to work. Some days I don't. Some days I do other things. So this morning I'm going to work, and this will be the last day of my vlog. We'll see what I get into today. Hey, Hattie and I are off for a little drive. We are out in the country. I think that we are going to check out a local nursery that has some flowers. It's an Amish nursery. So yeah, we thought she and I thought it would be fun to go check out some flowers. Sometimes I just like to get her out of the house because it's hot in there right now, and she likes to go for rides. So we're just taking a little ride in the country. Today has been kind of, a bird. Thought he was going to crash into my windshield. Today was just like a puttery kind of morning so far. I dropped off some mail. When I get home, I'm going to clean. But all in the day of a quiet, retired life. When people ask me what I do all day, basically it is whatever I want is what I do. Okay, you can see some of the countryside, some of the Amish farm. This used to be where the greenhouse was, but it is no longer here. There's a couple different ones, but this road is just a really, really pretty road. Look at that. This view is something. I last left off, leaving you hanging, driving around the countryside. I wound up not going to the Amish greenhouse. It didn't look like anyone was there. So I will definitely take you back another day. But hopefully you enjoyed just a couple days in my life. Somewhat productive, somewhat quiet. Productive, relax. Productive, relax. That seems to be what I do during the day. So I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. Come back soon if you have not subscribed. I would love it if you would. And see you on the next video.